So Trump is really on the ropes for the first time in a long time, I would say, where he is, you're already seeing a bit of a revolt among the House Republicans refusing to go along with his healthcare idea. But also now, he's risking more vocal pushback. He's risking more just a total tsunami of politicians coming out and breaking with him. So right off the bat, you got to say MTG was poking the bear for a while. Then eventually, of course, she resigned, or she announced her resignation, but she was breaking with him on the Epstein files and a number of different issues. You have Thomas Massie, exact same thing, really throwing some haymakers at him. But you also have Rand Paul in the Senate. So Rand Paul, he's been speaking up against the insane attack on Venezuela, the illegal and offensive attack on Venezuela, where Trump is bombing fishing boats on a regular basis, killed at least 83 people. No evidence any of them were narco-terrorists, whatever goofy term they're using. Bombed 21 different boats. And a point that he's made is, in order for these boats to reach the U.S., which is the claim from the Trump regime that that's what they're doing, they would need to refuel 20 times to get here. 20 times. So, in other words, they're not coming here. They're fucking fishing boats. We know some of these boats are from Trinidad and Tobago. Some of them are from Colombia. And so they really are just murdering. It's extrajudicial murder. You've had people resign over this, knowing that what's happening is wildly illegal. Well, now there's another issue where Rand Paul is stepping up and saying, you know what, this is fucking horseshit. So here we go. Listen to what he says here. This is about Trump basically calling for the death penalty for Democrats who released a video saying you don't have to follow illegal orders if you're in the military. If you're in the military, the right thing to do is to refuse illegal orders. That's what they said. Illegal orders. Here's his reaction.
You know, everybody knows that the president is famous for his unfiltered social media. But if you take at face value the idea that calling your opponents traitors and then specifically saying that it warrants the death penalty is reckless, inappropriate, irresponsible. There are a number of other ways to describe it, but it's not something that is helping the country heal wounds. I think it stirs things up, and really, I think we can do better.
Another word for it would be criminal. Perhaps he's the criminal. And perhaps he's flipping out because he knows I'm asking you to do illegal things. I want you to do illegal things. So nobody should question when I say do the illegal things. This is the guy who gave us January 6th. This is the guy who gave us the fake elector slate. This is the guy who's caught on the phone saying, find me 11,000 votes. He knows he doesn't want anybody to question his illegality. But now we have MTG, Thomas Massie, Rand Paul, Alex Jones on his show saying, I'm this close. I'm going to break up with Trump. We have open revolt among House Republicans who are now saying, a bunch of them want to fucking retire en masse. A bunch of them are saying that. And most of them went to Trump and said, we're not doing your healthcare plan. We don't like your healthcare plan. So in other words, look, the first poll that came out where Trump was in the 30s, it didn't make him budge. The second one came out with him in the 30s, it didn't make him budge. The third one, it didn't make him budge. Now we're on number 5, 6, 7, something like that. They're beginning to budge. I just saw a headline that this is the first time Trump has been underwater with literally every pollster, even the right-wing biased pollsters. He's now underwater with them too. He's on the brink of absolute disaster and catastrophe. As we discussed the other day, there's now reporting that he's starting his days later. So it used to be he would start at about 10 or 10:30 in the morning, his day. Now that's pushed back to 12. Now the window where he's in public is between 12 and 5 because it's the Brandonification. He's losing grip. He also had a secret MRI and didn't tell us the reason why. He's been covering his hands with makeup because of the bruises on his hands. He's having secret injections in IVs of Lord knows what. They're hiding serious health problems. He has the cankles, which of course are evidence of poor blood circulation. He's 80 years old and fat. Those people usually don't live long. So you got physical decline, you got mental decline, you got open revolt in the ranks, you got mutiny, you got poll after poll coming out saying, man, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. And so now I believe the permission structure is there now. MTG, Thomas Massie, Rand Paul, these people have now opened the floodgates where the permission structure is there, where, you know what, you can fight, you can disagree, you can take a stand. In fact, they're such cowards that it had to get to the point where to save your political ass, you have to disagree with Trump, right? And that's where we're getting. it's so overwhelming now that the calculation, their cynical calculation is, in order for me to have my career and keep my career, I need to break from this man. Whereas in the past, it was the opposite. There was this aura of invincibility. Like, I have to follow him or I'll fucking be left in the dustbin of history. Now it's I got to break from him or I'll be left in the dustbin of history. So it is interesting what's happening in this moment. It is interesting what's happening. And again, we're not even a year in, dog. We are not even a year in, and this is what's happening. So just open revolt. You love to see it. And as time goes by, hopefully, you know, they get more and more angry. They speak up more and more, and the disagreements become more vituperative and more over the top and more extreme, where he's just left completely a lame duck faster than anybody else in the history of this country this quickly. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.